Angel family. Welcome to episode 3 on Stardew Valley. Angel style. Yeah, maybe not Angel style, but Angel's version of Stardew Valley. So, we left you guys on day 3, or day 2, the end of day 2. We're coming into day 3. So we're going to continue day 3 today. I feel like today will be a day of fishing. Usually day 3, Stardew, it typically rains. If you play long enough, you know that it does. So it is in fact raining today, which means we don't have to water. And you know, that's every farmer's greatest, joy is when they wake up and hear it's raining. That means that, you know, the crops are getting watered and all is right with the world. So we are gonna do a few things today. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have a look and see who we still need to meet, because we want to meet everybody if we can. And we still have quite a few people to meet. So we're gonna walk through the town square on our way up to fish in the river today. And we will meet as many people as we can along the way. We're gonna make sure we leave everything behind that we are not gonna need to have in our inventory. So we're just gonna take our hoe and we're gonna head her down. We're gonna forage along the way. You know, I kind of touched on why foraging is so important, and it really is because there's some items that you can get from foraging that will actually help your farm as well. For example, in order to build beehives, which is a good source of revenue for your farm in the early game, you actually need to have trees tapped, and you need maple syrup to actually help you to make the beehives. So that's why we're spending as much time foraging as we can, because honestly today, you know, it would seem it's a rainy day, and the first thing you would think, hey, you know, this is a great day to fish. And it is. It is a great day to fish, but you know something, being efficient in this game is what it's all about. So we're actually going to head over, we're going to finish, foraging, and then we're going to go up and we're going to fish in the river up by the mines. And I'll tell you a little bit about why I decided on that location. You know, the ocean has many different types of fish, and the forest lake, you know, the lake up by the mines, it doesn't actually have a whole ton of variety, but the fishes that it does have are worth quite a lot. So early game, when we're actually just trying to get started here, you know, that just seems like a really good, you know, concept to be able to get as much for your fish as you can, because those fish will allow you to be able to expand your farm. So that's what we're going to do. And on the way, we're going to meet as many people as possible, say hi to our neighbors, you know, really embrace the small town life in Stardew Valley. I think that's one of the greatest parts of this game, is that you know, it really puts a lot of emphasis on your relationships. And I think that's so valuable, because in this day and age where everything, you know, we as people do is so centered around technology. And listen, you know, if you're watching my streams and my YouTube, that means that, you know, you're kind of centering your life around technology. And for that, I'm grateful for all the support. But also, you guys, it's really important to actually still fulfill your life with real people and real family and real community. Because I'll tell you something, when times are hard, you know, you need your family, you need the community to come and support you. And I actually learned that last year. It was a very valuable lesson I learned, and I'm so glad that I did. So while we're down at the beach, we're just going to forage a little bit more. We're going to check the trash cans on our way up. We want to be, you know, in the name of the game, efficient. And I feel like we've done that. We're doing that pretty well. So we'll head across here. I'm hoping it's a lucky day with the possibility of some non-trash in the trash can. I am like famous at this game for re-gifting trash. Sometimes I'll get like scrambled eggs out of the garbage and I'll just re-gift them to somebody. And that's so, while that is so rude, it really is. It actually is a great way to get ahead in this game in terms of making relationships. We're also gonna, on the way up, we're gonna stop and look at the calendar. And that's a really important tool if you're new to Stardew Valley, because it can tell you whose birthday is when. And it can also enable you to make better friendships, because if you give characters a gift on their birthday, they will give you more hearts in your relationship, and eventually they'll become such good friends with you, they'll start sending you stuff to your farm. I'll see you around, said Alex, and I didn't read that, I misclicked, sorry about that. Why, hello and welcome to our little community, dear. You can call me Granny if you like. My grandma, she used to say that too. Well, hello, dear. That's what she used to say. And, you know, for some people, it sounds so condescending. But when my grandma said it, it was the most warm, bubbly feeling. She's just great. I miss my grandma. She died about 9 years ago. And it just feels like yesterday that I got to hang out with my gram. And I love her. So we're going to actually stop in the bottom here and see if you know, we can meet Emily and Haley. Oh, Pam. Hi, Pam. Have we met you yet? Howdy, kids. Staying dry. We have. And I'd love to visit with Penny, but she is in her bedroom at the moment, and we are not currently good enough friends to get in there. Eventually, the characters will let you into their bedrooms. And in their bedrooms, there's sometimes notes and different things you can find, but you must be good enough friends in order to be able to do that. And we are not currently that kind of friends. And I'm just waiting here. Oh, the girls, it doesn't seem like they're home. We're not good enough friends yet either. Well, that's the drag. Let's see if anybody is home. Here. And they are. And we're going to be able to say hello to everybody. I want to look for bugs, but Mom gets mad when I am all dirty. It's a tough choice. Well, kid, I say look for worms. And then run for it. Hey, I'm Sam. It's good to meet you. It sure is. What did you say? It's 11:30 a.m. already? Goodness. Sam, do you have anything else to say? I have tons of work to do. Well, so do we. But we're busy trying to talk to your son here. I think he's your son, but you were kind of in the way, so we didn't really get to visit with him. All right, who else can we say hi to? I know that Haley is not around, which is too bad. It would have been nice to meet her. And we have Penny, and we have this guy. We're going to go to the beach and see if he's out and about. His name is Elliot. He's a bit of a beach bum kind of character, and a lot of girls find him extremely good looking and charming, and I kind of agree. He's just got this carefree spirit about him that just makes you want to like get to know him a bit better. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to talk to him because only Elliot's friends can enter, and we're not currently friends with Elliot. And I actually don't even know where he is. He could be at home. He could be pretty much anywhere else. I am hoping that Haley has come out of her bedroom, if she was in there. I'm not sure if she was or not, but we're going to try one more time, and then we're going to give up. Because we actually need to get up and get fishing. We want to get as many fish today so that we can sell them. And she did come out of her bedroom. These girls are late risers, and I would laugh at them, except I am also a late riser. I like to sleep during the day. That's my favorite time. Oh, you're the new farmer girl, aren't you? Or whatever. Aren't you? Yeah, we are the new farmer girl. And you are Haley. And some people think she's kind of a snob. I don't know if she's a snob or not. I mean, sometimes when you're talking to her, she seems frivolous and silly, but I've heard she can also be a really good wife. And I don't know who told me that, but somebody did. I don't remember. Somebody from the stream maybe said, you know, Haley's considered to be one of the best wives in the game. So you know something, you guys? You can't judge a book by its cover. And you know something? You shouldn't even try. Judging people is not a good idea. You know, just being true to who you are is always the best advice. And here she is. We can say hello to Penny. There's raindrops. Ooh, I can't speak. The raindrops are really loud on the metal roof of our trailer. Lady, you know something? Trailers aren't a perfect place to live. You know, I'm sure there's other places people would rather live. But the thing is, you got a roof over your head. And I'll tell you something. There's somebody in the world right now that would give it all just to have that. Well, we only have 2 other people to meet today. But you know something? We don't have time. We really need to go farming. So that'll have to be, or fishing, that'll have to be put off till tomorrow. You know, we haven't been real successful with our foraging mission today. We've not really got a lot of horseradishes or any of those types of things. And that's a little bit disappointing because those can really help add up towards, you know, being able to afford more seeds early game. But that's okay. So it's about 1:50 p.m. so we can fish till about midnight. I'm not sure if we'll get through the amount of energy that we actually have, but if we get back to home and we still have a little bit of extra energy, I am always looking for wood, so we'll chop some wood. So here we go. Let's see what we can get for fish. So with fishing, there's a lot of different varieties of fish, and some of them do go into the community center. And I keep telling you guys about this community center, but we're not quite ready to unlock it yet, so I'll kind of keep that on the hush-hush. But some of the fish go into the community center bundles, and those bundles will actually, when they're completed, give you some perks. And some of the bundles are actually really, really, really helpful. So it is advantageous to try to complete as many bundles as early as you can, because then you can actually just focus on your farm and the building of your farm. And so we're just fishing here. If we get anything that will fit into the bundles, we'll keep that. If we don't, we'll make sure to sell it. And hopefully we will continue to get a lot of money and we will be able to expand our farm. One of my favorite features of this game are the animals. The animals are absolutely adorable. And I've been told the earlier the chicken coop you can get it, the better. So we're going to actually shoot for that. We're going to try to have a chicken coop before summer. And I don't know if we'll get there, but we're going to really try. So if you're new to the fishing and you're like, how the heck do you do this? The whole point is to keep the fish between the green line. And as long as you keep that fish in there, you will continue to have the little bar raise higher and higher. And what that will do is it will actually just help you to complete the fish. So for example, if you're to fish and you are not able to keep that fish in between the lines because the fish are jumping crazy, you might actually lose the fish. But if you're able to keep it perfectly in the middle of the lines, you'll also most likely get a perfect fish. And that can be either silver or gold starred. And that actually just means that you get more money from them. So that's really, really handy, especially when you're looking to, you know, get as much money as possible early. So we got another fish. Ooh, this is a tough one. Yeah, and that right there. I didn't intend to show you guys that, but that's what happens when you get a naughty fish. You just can't reel it in. Life's like that, folks. Sometimes you get the perfect hit on your fishing rod, but you just can't reel it in. But then, you know something? You get up and try again because, you know something? Maybe the bigger fish is about to get hooked. And in this case, it's the truth. We got ourselves a star largemouth bass. And those things, they sell for quite a bite of gold. So we're going to be real happy come tomorrow when we're going to be able to reinvest that money into more seeds. And eventually, all that seed money is going to be invested into a chicken coop, into a better backpack, into a better, you know, axe. And, you know, we haven't actually been to the mines yet, but eventually we'll get to the mines, and the better pickaxe will be so helpful to us. So we definitely want to make sure that, you know, we're managing our money and our resources as in time, money, energy, you know, daylight time, you know, so that, you know, we can grow our farm the best we can. Because, you know something, we named this farm the perfect farm. And I'm thinking we'll eventually get there. Diligence and hard work, kids. That's what it's about. And my dad used to tell me that all the time, and I was like, yeah, whatever. But he was right. Usually, I hate to admit it, because, you know, my parents are still alive, and I'm very lucky for that. And I'm very close to my family, but it's very nice to be an adult and be able to make my own decisions and not actually have to listen to my dad. But the truth is, when I don't listen to my dad, I usually wind up regretting it. So all the things he told me when I was growing up, you know, it was good advice. And, you know, just because I don't use some of it now, it doesn't mean it wasn't good advice. So my dad actually told me, here's a great advice. He said, you know something? You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, the bathwater may be kind of scuzzy around it, but, you know, the baby doesn't matter whether it's dirty. It's still cute. And I don't know what made me draw that analogy. That might be due to the fact that it's 4:30 a.m. in the morning. And, you know something? I just finished a 6-hour stream, so, you know, maybe I'm just a little bit tired. I am actually fairly tired. I think I'm going to have a good sleep tonight. And you know what's great about that is the fact that I have insomnia. Oh man, I was hoping to get that treasure chest too, but we weren't able to quite get it. But that's okay. We were able to get another largemouth bass, and those things sell for a lot, and I'm so happy about that. So we're going to keep working at this here as long as we can. Hopefully we don't have to toss too many things in our inventory. At some point we may actually have to go home because we're just out of inventory space. And if that happens, then we'll go chop. We'll go chop some wood. You know, because you know something? Eventually, everything basically needs wood at Robin's store. Some of it takes just stone, but most of it takes wood, and it takes quite a lot. For example, to upgrade your barn, I think it's 350 pieces of wood, which is quite a lot. And so we definitely want to make sure we can do that. So we have run out of inventory space, so what I tend to do is I tend to throw out just the trash. I mean, that stuff will sell for a little bit of money, but nowhere near as much money as the fish. So we'll just make sure that we're tossing that as opposed to selling a fish. And we are really out of inventory space now. So I think it's time for us to head back to our farm. That's not ideal. That's not really what I wanted to do. I wanted to continue farming the fish out of the lake. But you know something, I don't really want to throw out things either. That's not really efficient. So we'll head her back with what we've got. That was a great day. you know, we should have about $500 or $600 out of the fish we were able to catch. And we will be back to fish probably tomorrow. So we won't really talk about too much about what tomorrow will hold because that will be the next episode. But we will get lots of fishing done, most likely. So we are going to just check our chest because I know we left some fish in here the last time we were here. So we left a carp and a bullhead, and both of those are needed for the community center, one of the bundles. But we also need a largemouth bass, and I know this off by heart because I have an addiction to Stardew Valley. So the other thing we do need is also a mussel, a cackle, and a clam, and an oyster. And all of that will be part of one of the other bundles. It'll be for the crab pots. So we're going to actually keep all of that. And then we're going to put the rest of this into the bin to sell. So all of this will be our income for tomorrow. And we did a pretty good job of foraging that today. So now that we've got a little bit of extra time, it's time to clear out a little bit more area around our farm, the initial spot. Sometimes the weeds can actually grow up and ruin your farm. And you really don't want that to happen. So the best way to prevent that is to keep the area clear. And eventually we're going to want to put some animals here somewhere. So we're going to start considering a spot for them. I don't really know where we'll put them yet. Usually I wind up building the barns underneath, just underneath the house, just to the south. So that's probably where we're going to go again, but you never know. We might change our mind. Another thing that we can keep in mind too is all this grass. So this stuff I'm cutting right now, this is just weeds. So this isn't actually really anything, you know, too useful. But this other stuff, this stuff in here, this stuff actually will turn into fodder for the cattle. Or, you know, hay or, you know, food. Cow food. Or horse food or chicken food or whatever. So we actually don't want to try to clear that out. We want that to be able to grow as much as it wants to. And what we want to do is we want to build silos to cut it. So as soon as we have a silo, we'll feel free to be able to cut a little bit of that. But I always recommend leaving 1 or 2 pieces behind so that it can continue to grow. And it'll spread again. And then, you know, you'll be able to recut it. So you're basically refilling your silos all the time from it. The forage does not grow in winter. So you need to take that into account. So if you're planning to have a huge animal farm, and that's going to be the focus of your game, you need to keep in to consideration the fact that this grass, it only grows till fall, then to fall. And then come winter time, it will not grow anymore. A lot of people don't know that, and they get animals, and then they find out that they can't actually care for them, and the animals will actually starve. I want to let you in on a trick that if this happens to you, don't feel dismayed. You can go to Marnie, and she will actually sell you fodder for your animals. I do believe 1 piece of fodder is 50 gold. So it's not really the most efficient, cost-effective way to do it. You can cut this grass down and store, I think it's 240 pieces in your silo for free. So it's probably for the best to build as many silos as you can if you are planning to have a lot of animals. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to have lots of animals. We're just going to have a little bit of everything on our farm. You know, some people specialize. I see some people, the only thing they grow is starfruit later game, or, you know, they're just focusing completely on truffles. But you know something? I believe in a nice balanced diet. And a diet on, you know, Stardew Valley, I don't mean actually eating the animals, because they only use the animal products. They don't actually kill the animals, you know, and I'm kind of relieved about that, because, you know, I'm a farmer's daughter, and as much as, you know, I would love to say that our food tastes great from the farm, I just can't eat it, especially if it's one of my animals, because, you know something, I have such a soft heart, and I don't want the animals to get killed. You know, and it's weird, I know, but I won't even eat anything grown on the farm. But that's just the way I am. I can't know the face of the creature before I eat it. And yeah, because I'm going to tell you the story of my bull challenger. So when I was a teenager, and I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was, but quite a while, I used to have purebred Charolais cows. So they're the great big huge white ones. And they're considered a terminal cross. So they're really good bred to a smaller female because they produce a really, really good sized calf that grows really fast. And, you know, they taste really good. They produce really nice, lean, good quality meat. So they're actually a really good breed. And my dad, when I was a teenager, he bought me some of these purebred cows, and I started raising them, and I would show them, and I went to a fair few cattle shows, including the Calgary Stampede and Agribition, and I did pretty good. I won a few classes, and I did really good, and it was super fun. But the moral of this story, one of the calves that I decided to show, his name was Challenger, and he wound up as a bull, a yearling bull. He was out with the cows, and he was pretty big. A yearling bull would be about 1,500 pounds. And he was out with the cows, and he was doing his job, and somehow he slipped and he dislocated his hip. And we weren't going to be able to get the vet to fix him. So my mom and dad decided that this bull was going to go into the freezer, because at the auction mart, where you would sell them typically, you know, it wouldn't be fair to the bull to take it there because he just couldn't walk properly. So they decided to get him made into hamburger. Well, guys, for the next 3 years, I would not eat anything my mom made of hamburger, because the thing is, I knew it was going to be him. And this bull, you know, he's a big boy. And the thing is, I had him so well trained that for me, when I went out to get him out of the pasture after he'd hurt himself, I put a piece of twine around his neck, like a little string, and I led him onto the trailer, this great big 1,500-pound bull. So I couldn't actually eat that calf. And this kind of went over and, you know, pushed our video length a little further. But I just had to tell you that story because I'm an old softie. So I wouldn't eat any of my animals in this game or outside of game either. I know that seems weird. But, you know, if you're a farmer and you've worked hard and take good care of your animals, you'll understand. Anyways, guys, that's it for episode 3. I hope you enjoyed our stories and our tales of woe on a farm. I really enjoyed putting this episode together. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure to drop in and check on this channel more often, or as much as you would like, because episode 4 will be on its way shortly. Have a great day. Have a great night wherever you are in this world. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.